Hi, everyone. Welcome to Medical Writing Fundamentals. This is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. I've been doing medical writing for a very long time. I sort of fell into it as part of my job as a clinical research associate a very long time ago and really found I had a love for writing. So hopefully I can give you some of that love for writing will come through today in our discussion. So let's go ahead and talk about what our objectives are for today. We're going to review basic medical writing skills, including correct abbreviation practices, consistent captioning, and table generation. This is really very important information. A lot of people overlook this, so I think it's important to spend some time on it today. We're going to talk about styles and templates, what their goals are, why you should use them, and how important they are, as well as style guides, why they're important, and what you should get from a good style guide. We're going to learn about navigating the communication process necessary for a good document review and completion and finalization of documents. We'll go over how to conduct a literature search, some basic skills for literature searches at least. There are a lot more technical skills that we could talk about if you have questions. And then how to apply these skills to all regulatory documents. And I'll talk about some of that as we go through the process, and then at the end we'll talk more specifically about certain documents. All right, let's start with styles and templates. First, what are styles? Now, in medical writing, we typically use Word as an industry standard. Even if you're working on a Mac, you can work in Word, and they're compatible now. They didn't used to be, but they seem to be very compatible lately, which is great. I've been working in PCs for 25 years because that's what industry used, and now I have the luxury of using a Mac if I want to. So for those of you that are out there using Macs, you don't have to be as afraid as you used to be in the past. So what is styles? Basically, styles are a collection of formatting instructions. Simply put, it's just instructions or rules for how to format a document. And you use them for sort of everything that has to do with organizing and formatting everything within your document, your paragraphs, your headings, your captions, all of those things. There are a bunch of different types of styles. For instance, you can use title style for titles if you choose to. You could use another style for titles if you want, but there's a title style that's available to you. You can use body text or paragraph styles for just the text in your document. We typically use a caption style for table or figure captions. And then we use different level headings for major headings. We call these headings level 1, level 2, etc., and it's just based on the numbering. So your level 1 heading would be a 1 for your introduction, for instance, and then a subheading under introduction for your background would be a level 2 heading, and that's a 1.1. So we typically have heading 1 for level 1 headings, heading 2 for level 2 headings, and it sort of goes on in that direction. Now, Word has a variety of built-in styles, and there's a whole full list of these that you can find on the Home tab within Word. Word 2007 and higher also have a quick styles gallery on that Home tab where you can just find those styles very quickly. This is one example of a quick styles gallery right here, and we'll talk in a minute about modifying styles. Older versions has this change styles box, and newer versions have a different box. So we'll go through some of those steps in modifying styles. Styles are very important in how you handle a document. This is a newer version of Word. This is Word 2013, which I'm currently working in. This is my quick styles gallery here. This is a Word document, just a template that I provided for another webinar. And typically for this type of quick styles, we don't have this change styles box here in this corner. What we have is just an up and down arrow here so you can move around for your quick styles, and then at the bottom of this box is a tiny little arrow, and when you click on that arrow, it gives you all of your styles. So when you click on it, you see your styles pop up here, and these are the styles that are in the document. Now, I'll talk about this in a minute, but as you see these little marks on the right here, this tells you what are official styles in Word. There are all kinds of other things you can do that show up in your styles, but these aren't really formal styles. They're typically just other types of direction that you give to Word to use in your document. So as I just said, in the list of styles, each of these styles has an icon that you saw on the right there that I showed you, and the type of icon is going to indicate the style. Paragraph styles use this pilcrow, and I'll talk about this pilcrow later as well. It's an important thing to think about when you're writing, so we'll get to that a little later when we talk about showing all. But paragraph styles are basically used to format a whole paragraph of text at a time. So you can actually have a style in your document, such as body text, for instance, and maybe you're working in the normal template, in Word and you don't realize it, you can just go back here to your quick styles and hit body text, bang, and it will highlight that. That whole paragraph will become that formatting style. And that's great because sometimes you want specific spacing between, say, the end of a paragraph and the next paragraph, and you can format these styles or modify them if they don't have all the options that you want. You can actually modify them to do exactly what you want in your document. So your whole document looks very consistent and very professional, and that's really, at the end of the day, what we want to see. Now, character styles, these are shown with an A, and these are used to format certain characters within a paragraph. You might use a registered trademark symbol or just a TM, for instance. So you'll see things like that with an A. Table and list styles. Tables usually are represented by a little box. List styles are usually a dot and a hyphen, or a series of dots and a series of hyphens above each other. These are only used in Work 2002 and later, just so that you know, although most people are working at least in 2007. But these are things to know in case you want to apply or modify your styles. Once you modify something, you have to apply it.